Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit. We got a gunpla kit today. We started off with it yesterday in a special Wednesday stream, and we're continuing to work on it tonight on our normal Thursday stream. Thanks for everybody who's in the chat. I know that Harold's hosting. Thank you, Harold. Dude wants his rugs there in the chat, throwing the Bear Cave and Lego emotes. I'm throwing emotes in. If you're a subscriber, hit me back with those emotes. Let me know what the deal is. Ultron says, I heard there was building afoot. Indeed, Ultron, there is. We are working on our Vigna-Ghina. The Vigna-Ghina. It's hard. It's a little hard to say. The Vigna-Ghina. You think that it's like a rhyming thing, like the Hama Hama. It is not. The Vigna-Ghina. Um, it's Megatron. We're building a tiny Megatron. That's the other thing. This is the RE100 thing. It's supposed to be a 1/100 scale. The Vigna-Ghina is apparently a smaller mobile suit. Um, this kit feels small. I'm gonna probably for Monday. I'm gonna like compare and contrast this with other kits and look at like another 1/100 scale and look at a 144 scale because this thing seems tiny as I'm building it. It's fun though, and I'm enjoying the process. And like I said, this is fucking Megatron. This beautiful gray, fantastic purple, a little bit of blue in the eyes. Like this is a great kit. Even when we get into the dark blue that's in here as well, beautiful kit. Love the colors of this. Happy to build it. Happy you're here. For those that were here in the chat before, Mr. Bob says the F91 era are supposed to be smaller, but that just seems like BS. And then I can't read your. Okay, yes. We got some friends in here that say it's a small kit for the scale. Same with the remix. Okay. Uh, yeah. It just seems small. Um, it seems a little more like a 144 than a 1/100, but I guess it was a smaller mobile suit, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. Um, but it is like, okay, I guess. Hi, Mr. Bob, as well. Always happy to have you, and welcome, folks, to the stream. Everybody who is here, we'll wait for see if a few more folks want to join us before we get going. Before the stream started, I did a little like chat. I didn't have the camera on, and I didn't record it, so it's not in the YouTube broadcast or archive. But it will be in the VOD. And just like I'm thinking about mixing things up a little bit, not with the stream, but like the pre-stream. Can confirm with Mr. Bob they were trying to reboot the scale because the suits are getting crazy big. Oh, so far like the movie they were like, hey, in the F91 movie, here's one of our tasks: smaller mobile suits. Okay, I don't remember the F91 feeling small when I built that, but it's possible. But yeah, that makes sense. It still is a small kit, and I don't mind that. I don't love the 144 scale. I prefer to work in the 1/100 scale. That's my bread and butter. But this is a small 1/100. Okay. Also, a lot of the uh, RE100 line are kits that like are big old like the Hama Hama, like big weird friends. So it is kind of odd to have a smaller kit. Uh, the ZZ models mobile suits were chonkers. Indeed, Mr. Bob. So like I said, pre-stream, I might like, I always like have the stream up for 5-6 minutes, a couple minutes before I want to start into a couple minutes into the stream. I always have just like a screen up, it's a pre-show. And I'm thinking I might put some music in there. Uh, that Gundam apparently will fix your. I mean, we built the Thunderbolt Zaku too. Uh, that kit is incredibly big. We didn't. It wasn't the high grade of that, but we built that, and that thing is very very large, and lots of backpack on that kit. Lots of backpack. Um, but yeah, I've been thinking about maybe like doing a little pre-show like music or something, so it's not just silence for a couple minutes and I start. So I'm thinking of that. I don't know what I would do. It would probably just be like some sort of royalty-free playlist, so that the videos don't get dinged on um, Twitter, and then it wouldn't be included in the recording. So I would like mute it before I started recording, so it wouldn't be in the YouTube, but it would still be on the Twitch archive. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's time to stream, so we're gonna kick the building off in just a moment. But yeah, I always like to give a few moments, see if people want to pop in. Also, sometimes people pop in and go, "This isn't right for me," and move on. And I like doing that before I'm focusing on the build. Um, this is the first time in a very long time that I am doing two build streams 2 nights in a row. We streamed last night because on Saturday I am going to be gone all night. I'm working during the day and into the evening for FlameCon, and then I'm going to a birthday party, which is unrelated. But because I'm working until like 7:30, I was like, well, why don't I just go to his birthday party too, and just not stream for one Saturday. So instead, I streamed yesterday. But let's go to the overhead, and you can see the Vigna-Ghina in all its glory. We'll move that so it's out of the way. So we got the head done. We got the chest done. Shoulders are done. We got some of the arms done here. There's some good movement in the shoulders for these pieces here. I really like the hoses. I think the plastic on that looks really nice. And over there, yeah, I love the colors. As I said, I love this dark blue. It's navy blue. I really like the gray and the purple. The Vigna-Ghina 2 goes for a more traditional, like, villainous red color. And I think that, like, the back part of it, the backpack part, looks cooler. But in general, I don't know. I just think these colors are rad. And it's kind of a bummer that they changed them up. I'd much rather see, these kind of colors in a mobile suit. Recyclable is here. Harold is here. Harold, thank you for hosting. As always, Recyclable, happy to have you here. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be weird because so tomorrow I'm going to be streaming, but I'm doing a Hearthstone stream. I'm just going to be playing mostly the two decks I really like right now. I have a better version of Quest Rogue, the new quest, and I have a Spell Hunter, which is the hunter deck I've been using forever. And I'm just trying to amass some gold to get some new decks, or some new cards to build out some new decks. So, going to play tomorrow. I'm looking forward to doing that. And that's at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, in the afternoon stream. So if you're around and available, please join me for that tomorrow. And then, no stream on Saturday, because I streamed yesterday. And then Monday, back to the normal streaming. And that's how we'll do things. Alright, so we got one arm done. One arm is done. As I said, this kit's going to come together pretty smooth. I think that there's a little bit of I wouldn't call it a trick. It's not a trick. There's a little interesting element with the waist. The waist, where the legs interlock, there's a like a clicking thing where you can kind of move where the leg joints connect, which allows for more posability, and that's interesting. So that I don't think that's going to be difficult, but I looked at that and that seemed like it might, just something a little different. And of course, we did one arm, but the other arm is the one that has the shield, or the beam shield connector. So there's a little bit more work on this one. It's not perfectly symmetrical, which is fine, because we'll do it just fine. Some of you out there are on pins and needles. You've been very patient with me, and you just want to know, Pat, this is all well and good, but how was Jollibee? Maybe you saw the tweets. Maybe you know. I was going to do it tomorrow. Instead, I did it today, so I had something to talk about tonight because, with build streams, I do a lot of talking because a lot of times it's just assembly, and I'm not really talking about the parts that I'm working on. Sometimes I do, but with a video game, you can talk about the game, you can talk about the match, you can talk about lots of specifics about the game. But when we're building, sometimes there's nothing to talk about, and you gotta talk about what's going on in your life. So what went on in my life today is I had dinner at a Jollibee. Hello, Crazy Like Fox. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I'm just about to talk about the dinner I had. It is odd to talk about a fast food place as a thing that you did as an event, but I went to the Jollibee. I'd never been. There's one Jollibee in Manhattan. It happens to be coincidentally right near the one. Sorry, I'm looking up. A 8118. It happens to be coincidentally near the one Arby's in Manhattan, so it is easy to get to, and I know where it is because I've been to that Arby's quite a bit. So anyway, I went to the Jollibee. Jollibee is fast food that is inspired by the Philippines and apparently is Filipino American in its origin. It is a fried chicken place that has a lot of stuff, including things that you wouldn't find anywhere else. It is, as far as I know, the only, not fast casual, but fast food place that sells spaghetti. I don't think I know of any fast food place that sells spaghetti that's called spaghetti. I'm not talking about noodles. I'm not talking about like noodle dishes. I'm talking about like, this is called spaghetti. Hey, buy this, eat this spaghetti. Fazoli's does. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess that there are probably, I guess Fazoli's probably, and maybe, I guess maybe, some of the like chain pizza places do a chain Italian one. So maybe there are a couple. Maybe there are a few. But it's not it's not a traditional thing. Fazoli's is like a Midwest thing, I think. I've never eaten at one, so I don't think it's like a East Coast thing, or at least it's not a New England Mid-Atlantic thing. But I know the name Fazoli's, because a webcomic guy, David Willis, who did Short Packed, and now does Dumbing of Age. Fazoli's is like a go-to for him, and he's the Midwest. They're Wisconsin, yes. It's from Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so I guess like maybe there's some Italian fast food places that do it, but I would say as far as okay, I'll say this: it's the only fast food chicken place I've ever heard of that sells uh, spaghetti. It was mentioned on the Giant Bombcast this week, and I was intrigued by it. Jan mentioned it, and it was like, huh. So I was interested to check it out. I had seen the place. I've been by it. I've just never been in it. So I was curious about this restaurant. So I went and took a look, and I can say I wouldn't get the spaghetti again, but I would get more of that chicken because holy shit, that chicken is great. Now I didn't get the spicy variety because that's not my thing. That's not my deal. If you're wondering what I got two pieces of fried chicken, a leg and a thigh, or not a thigh, a leg and a breast, and I got the spaghetti and just a soda. I did not get the peach and mango pie, which apparently people come that go there just for that. But I don't really like peaches, and I don't really like mangoes. So the idea of getting peach and mango together in a pie, which apparently is great, and people go gaga for that thing. I don't like either of those fruits. so I didn't get it, which is apparently heretical. Apparently, I have broken a cardinal rule uh, and committed quite the sin. But I stand by my decision of not spending money on food I knew I wouldn't like. Uh, to that point, the noodles were fine. The sauce is interesting. So it's not tomato based. It's like I don't. It's sweet. It's a very sweet sauce. It's like banana. There's like there's definitely. I don't know quite how to describe it. I didn't think I would like it at all, and I liked it. I didn't love it. But as I said, that chicken was crispy and great and just like very enjoyable. I would probably get French fries the next time, maybe mashed potatoes. The gravy that I got with my chicken was really good and banana ketchup based. Yeah, they don't have many tomatoes in Filipino cuisine. Yes, I knew it wasn't tomato based. It was very sweet, and I just didn't particularly love it. Um, but I had to get it. I couldn't not get it. The gravy that the chicken came with was really good, and I can see that being good on mashed potatoes. So I would probably, if I go back, get the mashed potatoes, and I might go back because that chicken was fucking really good. So there's my Jollibee's review. Um, it's in Midtown, Times Square ish, which is not a neighborhood I find myself in too often, but I am there occasionally. I'm in there occasionally enough that I don't feel like I go to Arby's too much. And now having a place right near the Arby's that I could go instead is probably a good idea. But yeah, I like a good fast food fried chicken. I'm a KFC, Popeyes, Churches. I like them all. Um, Give me some fried chicken, and I'm happy. Bojangles fried chicken, always happy with Bojangles. I'm not here to talk down on any of that. It's all very good, and I like all of it very much. Um, hmm. Undergate. Okay, so D18. Now working on the beam shield here. But yeah, did you take a picture of the bee? I did not. I did not take any photos. I was in and out pretty fast. Um, I sometimes I'll take a photo of my meal, but I often don't end up doing that. Uh, I was also a bit of a rush, so I went in, got my food, ate my food, and got out of there. Uh, but that fried chicken's gonna stay with me. Uh, PDQ, Zaxby's, just not the cow place. Okay. Um. Oh yeah, Zaxby's. Yeah, I know. You know, I like a good fried chicken. There is a fast casual. They are certainly not not trying to be fast food. They're not a sit down restaurant. They are definitely moving product. Um, called Blue Ribbon Chicken that I really like. Anyone tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich? It's pretty good. Mr. Bob, I don't doubt it. I do like Popeyes, but I think that if I'm going to Popeyes, I'm not getting uh I'm not getting a sandwich. I'm getting just some fried chicken, I think. I don't know. I wish more of these fast food chains made their way out to California so I could try them. I hear you. I hear you, respectable. I mean, look, I know that uh, it is a rite of passage for folks um, that live on the East Coast to try In-N-Out Burger for the first time and to be like, I don't know what the fucking big deal is. This isn't better than Five Guys. This isn't better than Shake Shack. And the thing that you have to respond to is, no. One of the reasons why people talk up In-N-Out is because we don't have it on the East Coast. And the other reason people talk it up is because uh, it's fucking cheap because you didn't look at your goddamn receipt because you didn't fall in love with it when you were a high school student getting your fill and finally being full of fast food and not spending a lot of money at the not the Jackbox, at the In-N-Out. Like, it's not meant for what you think it's meant for. Like, don't compare In-N-Out to McDonald's. Don't compare In-N-Out to Five Guys. Like, that's not the comparison. Uh, In-N-Out is great in comparison to McDonald's. Yeah, Mr. Bob. That's what I'm saying. Like I would take that any day. I went with friends when I was out in L.A. and the first time I had gone, and I was like, I got that, and then I got like Good Burger a couple times, and I was like, maybe it wasn't called Good Burger. I forget a hell of a burger or Whataburger. I don't know. Like, I got some burgers and it was fine, but I was like, yeah, In-N-Out didn't cost me anything, and the fries tasted pretty good, and I was totally satisfied with my meal because I was not looking at it as like the end all be all, the completely inescapable best thing in the world. Uh, okay, so let's see. I'm more of a chicken tender guy than a bone-in chicken, says Harold, which I cannot agree with, Harold, but I respect you. You know how much I respect you. I do not agree with that. I love chicken off a bone. Sonic was a major disappointment after moving south and seeing so many ads for up north. I could totally see that. Yeah, Sonic isn't anything particularly special, and I could see you being disappointed with that. All right, so we got our beam thing going here. Let's build the hand. We got a lot going on in chat right now, talking about chicken and fast food in general. Uh, when I worked at the DFW airport, I ate Whataburger every day, Sister Bob. That makes sense. Santini's here. Hi, Santini. And saying Sonic was a major, you were the one saying Sonic was a major disappointment. I want to give you a shout out for being here. Sonic is awful and overhyped. It has good slushies. Turns out fast food is generally overhyped. I mean, it's just that sense to me, like I think I had the right thought going into In-N-Out. But if I had gone In-N-Out and thought of it as an alternative to Shake Shack, I would have been disappointed. But I had the right context for it. And I do think that thing of like you see ads for things and you're like, oh, I'm going to get this. Oh, I'm going to get that. The thing that actually lived up to the hype for me that I didn't know was going to was I had the first time I had the cornbread from Bojangles. The first time I had cornbread from Bojangles was at an airport. And two, I've had it since and it's been just as good. Airport Bojangles cornbread was great, and it should not have been. It should not have been a good representation of Bojangles, and I should have been very disappointed. I was not. I was very happy with it. I think the mashed potatoes were a little dry at the airport, and I've had better mashed potatoes at Bojangles since, but that's good cornbread. I will take Wawa over most fast food. The DCAC terminal Bojangles. I can't remember. I believe it was the Charlotte, North Carolina. I believe it was Charlotte, North Carolina airport Bojangles, because that is I used to lay over there. Bojangles cheddar Bo biscuit are amazing, but apparently very limited availability. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I believe this was the Charlotte Bojangles. Maybe not, but I think that's where it was. I think that's where I had a layover. Back when I would do layovers. Now I don't do layovers, so I don't get that. The food court that JetBlue, because JetBlue in New York is in the International, so it is open 24 hours a day, and the food court there is just like a food court. But the nice thing is the pizza place there, in the mornings, they sell this like, it's like a pizza bread. The bread, it's almost like a like a pizza roll or something, but with scrambled egg in it and a meat. I ended up getting that, and that's pretty good. When you arrive at the airport at 7 a.m. and you just want to put something in your belly so that you fall asleep on the plane. All right, other arm is done. Fairly simple, straightforward kit. One chain I really want to try is Cookout. I always hear good things. I've never had that. Uh, Cookout is great when it's very late at night. You can get a burger as a side to your burger. That sounds pretty good. And also, yeah, that sounds like very good late night. Um, yeah, I've never had that. Um, yeah, I mean, I think I've had everything on the East Coast and some of the West Coast stuff, but not often. Because when I'm in the West Coast, I'm like, I will say this. Where I used to stay in Seattle was near one of the McDonald's, and so I frequented the Seattle McDonald's, one of them, quite a bit because it was convenient to my hotel. So I ended up going there quite a bit. But when I travel, I try not to eat fast food. I mean, you do what you can, right? Uh, Corn dog is a side. Okay. Harold says I want to try Portillo's. Yes, they're as close as Tampa, but that's still 2 hours. Yeah, I would like to try Portillo's. Yes, I certainly would. Um, I have heard so many good things about it that it feels like I definitely need to go there at some point. So it's 18 here. All right, so this is 18 and 22. But yeah, I also have been talking about that Arby's, and now I've been thinking about that Arby's, and thinking about maybe going back to that Arby's. I don't know. I gotta have a reason to be in that neighborhood. Although I guess, uh, yeah, Skyline Chili is just because some people watch baseball ads. Uh, but yeah, I know that I would not enjoy some Skyline Chili. I'm sure there are people out there that love it, love it, but I know that's not for me. But that's just because, yeah, sometimes you just get local ads. He's thinking Arby's. I am. Sector 7's here. Hi, Sector 7. It's been a bit. My favorite late night eating is breakfast food or chips and curry. Ooh, I like that. Gold Star is way better than Skyline, says Ultron. Okay. I'm not trying to stir up any trouble here. I just know me and know what I'm into, what I'm not into. So, okay, so then this goes like this. Is that right? No. I'm doing something wrong here. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Definitely did this wrong. Okay. Oh, yeah. I totally had that wrong. Alright. And then... Well, it's nice to screw something up a little bit now and again. Oh, so these, like I said, these the parts of the legs here, the connectors, are independent, so you can really move them around for posing, which is pretty cool. Skyline Chili is some high-grade cafeteria food, high school cafeteria food. Dang, I need to make something to eat. Level out. Yeah, Ultron, sorry about that. I got some. I got some late night goodies for me when that time comes. But I'm still full of chicken, and it was just fucking great. I can't stress that enough. Uh, Quick question: how many Gundam models have you completed, Pat? I have no fucking idea, Sector 7. Holy shit, I don't know. Oh wow, I don't know. I can tell you that this is I need a checklist. Yeah. So this is the 237th stream. Now obviously I've done Lego as well. I have somewhat of a list. because I keep track of the kits that I've given away, and so I have a list, but the list stops at Kid Boo, which I don't remember when I built that, but it was a while ago. Uh, and I stopped keeping track of the kits that I built in a row, and I have to go back and just do that. I have to like pick a day uh, where I just go through. So I have somewhat of a checklist of what I've built, but I also have the YouTube archive, which I can just kind of scrub through, and every time the photo changes, make a note of what that is. Because I mostly list them in the titles, but occasionally I've built things that were quick and didn't do it. So I don't know how many kits I built. I can tell you I built about 25 to 30 in my life before 2 years ago when I started this. So I've definitely built more since I started the stream. Because again, I started this stream just doing 2 hours a week, and then, or actually, an hour to an hour and a half, and then it became 2 hours, and then it became, I think I was doing two 1.5 hour streams, and then it became 4 hours, and now it's 6. Like, I built it up over time, but yeah, I mean now I'm building, like a bunch of stuff a week. Uh, I have run out of room on my shelves for model kits. Have to figure that out at some point. What I'm going to do with that, I don't know. So this kit has a lot of these little like straggler pieces. You can kind of see there where it sticks out, maybe. In some spots it doesn't really matter, but others it's going to be annoying to connect them. So I've been trying to be conscious of that. I feel like every gray piece has just like extra pieces on it, which is probably part of the RE100 thing. But yeah, I would like to eventually complete some sort of list and like make it available, like make it a viewable Google Doc that people can look at. I need to go back and catch up on your Kit Bash Gundam. Yeah, so I will say that on Monday, I'm putting up on my YouTube channel I do a closer look twice a month. I do this video series called Closer Look, where I do kind of like a thing where the previous one I did was right before the Kit Bash project started, where I like talked about the kits that I had built and what I was going to use for it and what kit bashing is. And then the next one, we look at it, and it's like an update of this is how the project ended. This is maybe even like what I learned from it. And then also, I talk about the couple modifications I've done since. Basically, the only mods I've done to the Kit Bash project is I used blue tack on the arms, because where the arm met the shoulders were from different kits, and the rubber connector I used in the arm didn't quite fit in there, so I used blue tack to kind of like hold it together. And then I removed some of the super glue that I had used, because I used too much super glue, or hot glue, sorry, too much hot glue to do parts of the waist. And so I cleaned some of that up. But yeah, the kit bashing project was really fun. I would definitely do it again. I would probably do something, and I think I mentioned this in the video, I would probably do something where I got two kits that came out from the same exact line in the same exact time period. Like, the Grimgard is not a full mechanics kit. It came out, but it's not called full mechanics. I would probably get something like, I think they're using two things from Gundam Wing, or two Gundams from G Gundam, or something like that, where there's a lot together. Scale mates. It leans towards traditional modeling, since Santini, but has Gunpla kits as well, and you can add any the database does not. You can keep track of what models are in your stash, which ones you're starting, and ones you completed, and you share the profile. Ooh, okay. I don't know if I will certainly do that as much as I'm probably just going to have like a Google Doc, but I will take a look at it, and I appreciate that. Uh, I mean, that seems like something I could definitely keep track of as we go. But I appreciate that, Santini. Y'all are very helpful consistently, and I always appreciate that. Um, that could be a possible solution. Ooh, this looks nice. This just looks good. Just nice, clean lines. I like it a lot. A126. But yeah, I need to go and update it because I've just built so much. Because what I need is eventually I'm going to run out of where I stopped keeping track. The last time I stopped keeping track, I'm going to get caught up when I send kits out because, um, eventually something. Eventually, I'm going to do more than one giveaway a month because right now I do the one giveaway at the end of the month and send one kit out, and sometimes I send two kits out if they're small kits. But I'm going to have to start doing that more often because I am. I just have so many kits now, especially once we moved up to 6 hours like a week. Like I just build a lot now, and it's just I just have a lot of kits. I don't know. So I'm gonna probably end up doing more giveaways. We'll see. I organized my shelves. I'm pretty happy with that. They're organized by like right now. They're organized just by like Lego and uh, Gundam, and then other like model kits that are not Gundam. And that's all they're really. And then also a shelf of stuff that I'm keeping that's never going to go to anybody, and that's mostly Gundams, but a few other minor things as well. Just stuff I'm keeping forever. Uh, but I gotta like really go through and look at everything. Uh, it kind of reorganize it. All right, we're done with the waist. We'll probably do the side parts of the skirt after you put the legs on. So right now, that's it for that. I mean, this is like I don't think we'll finish tonight, but we're going to get close. Monday, when we pick back up model kit building, we're definitely going to be starting Recyclables kit that will hopefully should be in the mail. I should have that by tomorrow, but that's the next thing because that's coming off my wish. I know that'll be off my wish list, so that'll be, I believe, the next thing. But I have to see. Check the old tracking info. I'm gonna look at the tracking info on my other monitor. On its way. All right, it is UPS is a waiting item. It is on its way to the United States Postal Service. USPS, I should say. It's in New Jersey. So yeah, I should definitely have that by Saturday, I assume. So the next streaming, model building stream, I should say, is as I said on Monday because I'm not streaming on Saturday. Although I am doing my another stream tomorrow, but that is just me playing Hearthstone for my bonus stream this week. So we're working on the leg units, and the nice thing about the leg units is I believe almost every part of this, if not all of it, up until the point where you connect the joints, is symmetrical, so we can just build it at the same time, which is helpful. Build both sides of it. Nice and easy. 24 and 23. So yeah, nice and easy. But yeah, I gotta do a better job of keeping track of things. So appreciate that. Even that question, Sector 7, because it's an interesting question. How many kits I've done? I've done a lot. But yeah, I should have stats. I should have like this number of Lego sets, this number of Star Wars Lego sets, this many Gundams. We've done 4 Wing Gundams. We've done 3, we were 27 from Gundam Wing. Like having stats is definitely something that I am surprised I don't have, because I do love stats. Uh, yeah, that's something I should. Now I'm like, oh, why don't I have that? Shit. There'll be a rainy day where I'm not feeling great, and that'll be the perfect thing to do with my day. Okay, so this is important. I don't want to screw this up, so the connector goes in here like this. Great. Okay, that looks right. And then this goes like that. That looks right. We need deep bear cave analytics. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm usually on top of all this stuff. Like, I didn't realize, and I'm not saying anything here. I barely made under $100 in July, which means that I'm not going to. The $100 is the threshold for getting a payout from Twitch, and I usually do that well, and I did not. So, as I said, I usually these are probably the wrong piece up. Usually do enough that I can get a payout from Twitch. So I think I was like $96, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm not getting my payout. Which I was like, oh yeah, that it helps. So, but next month, especially since we're up on subscribers already at the middle of the month, next month will be a nice big chunk of change from them. Should be good. Here's another one for you. Any models that you would consider building again? So, I would like to tackle another perfect grade. I believe that the Wing Zero that I built, I could have done better. Also, I built the Deathscythes way too fast. I should have waited and taken my time on building Deathscythes and spread them out, because the Deathscythe is my favorite kit, and I don't have any more Deathscythes to build. So I've always regretted that I built them so early. But yeah, I think I could do the perfect grade Wing Zero better. I would do the LED. I would run the electronics for it, for the LEDs this time, and I think I would do a better job. But mostly, it's just nostalgia. Like, I shouldn't build a Deathscythe on stream again. I kind of want to build a Deathscythe on stream because I love the Deathscythe. Someday, the Deathscythe Hell, the second incarnation of the Deathscythe, not the custom from Endless Waltz. Someday, the Hell, there will be a master grade of that, and I will build it, or one available to me, and I will build it, because I live in a fantasy land where that's happening, and I can build that. But yeah, I'd build a Deathscythe Hell custom master grade again in a heartbeat. Such a beautiful kit. Or the Deathscythe. Hell, I even built the Chibi Deathscythe. I built the super deformed one, so y'all know I build those. Yeah, I think that's it. And now, I think when I built the Gundam Spiegel from G Gundam, it had been a long time since I built anything from that series. You may remember my very first. You probably don't remember. My very first kit I built on stream was the Burning Gundam, or the Shining Gundam, and then I built the Burning Gundam, and we built the Master Gundam, and we built the and then eventually we built the high grade of the Master Gundam. But the Master grade G Gundam kits are not the easiest thing. They were trying things in that year with those kits, and there's a lot of screws, and I was not equipped necessarily to handle that, and now it would be a lot fucking easier. I'm a lot better at building model kits than I was when I started again after years of not doing it. Because I don't know if I've said this before. I probably said it in the moment. I don't remember. I built one kit for practice before I started the first time I streamed, which was like a Thursday afternoon. I know Harold was there. I don't know if I don't remember other people. I apologize if I don't remember if you were there. Mr. Bob, you might have even been there as well, because you're a very early adopter for the streams. But we had some friends kind of hang out. I believe Xander was there. I believe very early on in that. But I hadn't built a master grade in a decade when I did that. And then the first page required screws, and I didn't have a screwdriver, so I had to go farther in the book and start another section because I didn't have a screwdriver handy at where I was filming. I just didn't have equipment there that I could just get. But I had done the Deathscythe custom, the Endless Waltz version, high grade. A couple weeks. I had just gotten hankering to build a model kit as I was thinking about the Baer Cave and doing it. And so I got a high grade because I wanted to be able to screw up on a high grade. So I got a high grade, and of course I got a Deathscythe, and I built that. And I was like, yep, I'm doing build with Baer. But yeah, it had been a long time since I had done anything like that. And it immediately felt like home. Like I'd been missing out for years on building model kits and couldn't wait. And, the first Dragon Ball kits we bought felt perfect and right. Did have a run there where I was getting into building the model kits of, I built those two, I built Poe and the regular, what did I build? I don't remember. Winners. What is that one? I'm looking up what I built because they were Star Wars. Oh yeah, the X-wings. ISK has those. Poe's X-wing and the regular X-wing, which I did not enjoy. Those were the first kits we built on stream that I did not enjoy, and that was 3. That was the fourth thing I built on stream. I had a really bad time with that. I know that some people swear by them, and then there are kits that are better than others, but I will never recommend Bandai's Star Wars model kits. They are the second worst thing I have built on stream. As I've said, the worst thing I've ever built on stream is the Optimus Prime. The Action Optimus Prime, non-transforming model kit. That thing sucked, and I did not enjoy building it, and I will never build anything from that line. I literally took Starscream off my wish list as soon as I was done, during the process of building that thing, because I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want someone to buy this and then feel obviously not obligated. If someone buys something off my wish list, I'm building it. So I don't want to put things on the wish list that I don't want to build. So immediately that came off because I was like, this sucks. But I probably wouldn't do a Star Wars model kit again because I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, I just didn't have fun with it. It was like easy, incredibly tiny, delicate bullshit pieces with poor instructions out of nowhere. And I was like, no, not this again. Not doing it. Yeah. Yeah, when people ask, oh, what's the thing you like the least, or what is a kit that you hate? And I always mention that Optimus Prime. That thing sucked. It wasn't fun to build. Didn't enjoy it. I hope that Bandai does more figurized kits for more shows. The figurized kit, which has been mainly Dragon Ball, and then that Naruto, the Teen Naruto figure. I had a lot of fun with that. I genuinely enjoy that kit a lot, or those kits and that style of model kit. I would build a ton more of those if I had the options to do so. So I hope they do more. I know there is I know they've done a couple of things for Dr. Slump, and let me check my wish list, because that might be it might be it might be the same company that did the. There's a Ultron. I think it's. I don't know if it's Bandai that's in there, but it might be. I'm gonna look. The Ultron uh, kit that I have on my wish list. Yes, that is Figure Eye. So there's Ultraman, not Ultron. Ultraman. There's an Ultraman line that looks fucking rad as hell. Um, so I know that they've done Ultraman, and they've done Doctor Ariel from Doctor Slump. But I don't know if they've what else they've done. But I would definitely build more for that. The Figure Eyes is really fun. I have a Common Rider Figure Eyes kit, but it's in a pile of kits I just haven't built yet. I hear you, Recyclable. I just won 43 cents on HQ Words. Congratulations, Harold. Very happy for you, friend. I'm glad you're winning. You know, that's 43 cents you didn't have before you started, so congrats. All right, so we got some stickers here we gotta add. Gotta add this sticker. Believe me, Recyclable, like, I would have such the backlog if I didn't build for on stream. If I was just building for fun, I would buy kits and then just have a ton of kits. I'm sure of it. So. Oh, this folds. Okay. That's fun. Little sticker there at the end of the foot. You know, that would probably be material if this was a master grade instead of this folding sticker, but whatever. Looks alright. Yeah. We'll take a pause for the cause in a minute or two. I'll talk about ways you can support the stream, mentioning Amazon and all that. Talk about different ways you can support. We did get an influx of a couple new subscribers, which is very nice. A reminder, if you use your Twitch Prime, you have to manually renew that. And if you do manually renew that, or if you're just got the notification because you use Cash Money, make sure you click that thing so you get the pop-up and we all know. I just bought an airbrush spray booth, so I am hoping it stokes my urge to build more. Ooh. Yeah, people ask about painting, and it is true. I do stickers, which I never did. I do transfers now, kind of, sort of, sometimes, which I never did. There is a world in which someday I will paint or use a pen, use a, do some lines or spray paint or something. I can't necessarily see a world where that's a possibility. It just does not feel like a thing I will ever do. But, it's totally possible. I think me doing some line work is a thing that, could happen. That certainly could happen. Because, now I do a lot of stickers. I mean, I do all the easier stickers, at least. I don't do all of the water transfers that exist, especially because, if I buy a kit, even a kit from 2010, sometimes the transfers just didn't survive, and they aren't gonna work. But if it's a modern kit, I'm at least gonna give it a go. Alright, so that goes like that. Working on our feet. These feet have a lot of complicated pieces, and I appreciate that. There's a lot to the feet on this, which is cool. Including a little bit of purple right there. Hell yeah. I really like this purple. Yeah, I know myself, and I just know that I'm not gonna. I could see myself getting some markers and maybe trying line work out. I also know that, that's. As it is, sometimes I get distracted by the kits when I have to do, stickers or tiny pieces, or if I'm working on, a real grade. I know that sometimes I am not the best and most focused person at, keeping an eye on chat and focused on what I'm doing and being thoughtful about my time and all that. Like, I can't imagine that I would ever have the attention to detail to do marker or paint. But who knows? It's possible. Anything's possible. All right. So it goes in like this. Yeah, I like these feet. They're cool. All right, and then we'll build the back end of it. Just do what you do and what you want to do. Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, like I said, I said this before the stream started. I'm looking to, occasionally change things up a little bit. We did our first ever papercraft kit. We did I carved pumpkins in October last year, which I'll do again this year because I really like that. We did our first, like I said, papercraft. We did our first cardboard. We did a cardboard wrestling belt. I'd like to probably do something new again. Not too recently, I did my first kit bash project. I never thought I would kit bash anything. That's never been something I ever thought I would ever do. Um, we did the because. So this is a fun thing. Like I talked about how I took the Starscream off the wish list, right? Because I was like, I will not have fun building this. But I will. I would have to build it if someone bought it, so I'm going to take it off. So I got in my head that I wanted to build the AE86 from Initial D. So I put it on my wish list, and I was like, hey, I found this. This is going to be great. And then someone was like, hey, I'm pretty sure that is a glue kit, not a snap kit. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, if someone buys it, I guess I'll have to build it. And then someone bought it. So I did my first ever glue kit. And like, I'd do another one of those. I feel like I learned a lot while doing that. And that also encouraged me to do stickers, to do water transfers, because the A86 had a lot of water transfers, and I wanted to put the tofu shop name on it, because that felt important. And I wanted to put the license plate on it, because that felt important. But I never thought I would do a glue kit again in my life, and getting liquid cement and learning how to do that, and I didn't think it would like be a good thing to do on stream, and it was really fun. So like, I'm all up for, on occasion, getting out of my comfort zone in kit building, and then sometimes people suggest things, and I try to take those suggestions to heart. Like doing real world stuff, doing Lego stuff that isn't Star Wars or licensed, like stuff like that is like always pretty easy. But I try to be up for the challenge and try to grow. Because also, like, I don't think anything we've done here, I've never gotten bored. But, I could see myself getting bored eventually of the same old, and wanting to spice things up. And that's fun to work on, like the RE100 line, and work on real grades and high grades and master grades and perfect grades, and just mix things up. Work on kits here and there. When I go to conventions, I keep my eyes out for old weird kits. I'm always looking. Like, imagine if the Bebop showed up. Or the Big O. What if Big O just showed? I was at just some anime convention, and they had a Big O kit, and it wasn't like super expensive. And I got the swordfish from Cowboy Bebop. That's what I meant to say, which I built years and years ago. Like, what if an inexpensive, like the ship from Outlaw Star, and I could just build that ship with its grabby hands? Yes, there's one of the swordfish, Santini. Yes, that's what I meant. I believe there's a figure, but I don't know if there was a kit of Faye's ship. I don't know if that was ever a kit or just a figure. Need some water there. We're going to take a pause for the cause in just a moment. But, like, I've thought of that. Like, I keep my eyes peeled because it's fun to work on stuff. When I did all the minifigs, the minifigures kits, Minipla, That's what they call. That's what the word I was searching for. The mini plot of the Voltron, and then they combine together to be Voltron. Like, fuck yeah, that was so fun. And I'm always looking for, different kits like that to build because it just sparks my interest and kind of keeps me going. But even something like the Blitz Gundam, that's just a cool looking fucking Gundam. That made me happy to build. I don't give a shit about that Gundam, about Gundam Seed. I could care less. But that's a cool looking Gundam. And sometimes it's like, hell yeah. Like, sure, I'm going to build that. This new Super Deformed Gundam show, if a kit comes my way on that, I'd build it. There's only been one episode, so that weird Three Kingdoms post-apocalypse Gundam show. I don't know. I mean, I watched one episode and it was pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to watch more. We'll see. Yeah, I do try to keep my eyes peeled for things like that. Places. Even when I go to, like, um, Image anime here in New York, or if someday I'm going to go to Gundam Planet. Someday I will go to Gundam Planet. They got a store in Jersey. Their storefronts in New Jersey, and someday I will go there, and I always look to see what else they got, because they got stuff, and sometimes it's cheaper than Amazon, sometimes it's not. Looking at the Big O kit, it seems like to need paint. It looks great still. Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, I definitely didn't paint it, but I can't remember what it will look like, because I built a lot of anime stuff, like that era of like Cowboy Bebop and Big O and Outlaw Star is like the height of me building stuff, because my building love started with Gundam Wing. Like, yeah, Toonami, but it started with Gundam Wing and me being like, I want to fucking build a Deathscythe. And I bought a high grade on the recommendation, and I use kitchen scissors to cut out the pieces because I didn't have snipper clips or anything. So I used like kitchen shears, and I built the shit out of that kit. And then I was like, oh no, I really like this. Oh no, I have all this room to display things on my shelves. Oh no. All right, before we continue working on our legs, because we got some legs to build, it's time for a pause for the cause. If you're new here and you don't know what the pause for the cause is, it's just a time. I take a little time here out of the stream to just talk to you directly about ways that you can support the stream and my building efforts if you'd like. First and foremost, thank you for watching. If you're currently a subscriber, you can do the Bear Cave emote, the Lego emote, the Deathscythe emote in chat. Always appreciated. I love that subscribers watch. We have more subscribers than we have viewers, which, there reaches a certain tier of subscriber or of a streamer where they have a lot of people just watching for free that don't subscribe. And the fact that I have often double the amount of subscribers that I do viewers is awesome, and I'm so thankful for that. From new subscribers that joined up yesterday, Shaxton, to folks that have been here for months and years now, years of being a subscriber. Thank you very much. I appreciate this so much. If you're just watching, you're not a subscriber, consider joining in. $5 a month cash money or Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you link it with your Twitch. You get free stuff if you link your Amazon with your Twitch. You're already paying too much money for Amazon Prime, because I bet you don't buy enough stuff on Amazon Prime to really justify it, and you certainly don't watch enough stuff on Amazon Prime because they don't make it easy for you to find things to watch. There's some documentary that you would love to watch, but you have no way of knowing, because Amazon Prime is not a good service. If you have Amazon Prime, look up Love is Hard for Otaku. That is a fantastic anime that was on Anime Strike, or Anime Strike might have ended before it went there. Love is Hard for Otaku. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a great show. watch that. The movie's coming out. There's a live action movie coming out, and that sounds pretty neat. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bits and coins, always appreciated. If you can't become a subscriber, you can always donate a couple bits and coins. Right now, the leaderboard is Harold with 10 bits. That's it. 11 bits, and you are the leader for the month. Doesn't take much, and all of that just goes to, like we didn't hit the payout for this month, which is the first time in a while, but we'll hit the payout next month, and it just means that I get a little bit more money and a little easier for that. I really appreciate that. You can join my Patreon if you want. You don't have to do Twitch. If Twitch isn't your thing, you just have an account and you don't subscribe to anybody and you're not linking anything. I got a Patreon. There's rewards. You get videos early. It's a pretty good deal. If you miss a stream, you can get the YouTube link to it like an hour and a half after my stream's done. I send it out. As I said, I have an Amazon wish list. I'm going to mention a couple. I'm going to look at that. If you're watching this on YouTube later, it's all in the show description. But yeah, I got an Amazon wish list, and hey, let's talk about like 2 or 3 things from it. Things I like to build. I got some cheap stuff up top. Right now, it's with free with Prime shipping. It's like $18. There's a 3-in-1 Sutsun track racer. The Lego Creator 3-in-1s are kind of fun because like it doesn't cost that much money. It's like a 200-piece kit, but I'll make 3 things out of it. That's kind of fun. I'd build that in a heartbeat. That would be a fun build. We got some papercraft. I would love to build some papercraft again. That cat bus on top of a house kit really speaks to me. And then let's see if there's anything that's like would be fun to build. Yeah, it's expensive, but Frieza and the hover pod. That hover pod would be fun to put together. I'd love to build Frieza. That would be fun. I haven't done a figure eyes in a while. I might have gotten one that was an exclusive at San Diego Comic-Con, but my friend Brad has not replied to my last message, so I don't know if he got one for me. Because he was asking if I wanted anything, and I said, get me this, and then he did not reply. So I don't know if he did. I have if you don't want to use Amazon, I've got a complicated thing you could do instead. If you wanted to buy a gift card from USA Gundam Store, you buy that gift card. You get a code in your email. You whisper me here on Twitch. You DM me, because my DMs are open on Twitter. And you go, here's a code for USA Gundam Store. I bought a $25 gift card or $20 gift card or whatever. I take that code. I put it in. When I have enough money to buy something, I buy a model kit off USA Gundam Store. It's just like Amazon, except you have to do a lot more work instead of just clicking on a thing and paying for it, and it gets mailed to me. I'll say this after. And then coffee, co-fi for donations. Anything that I get through Patreon, through Twitch, through coffee goes into me buying kits and equipment. So it just gets funneled back into this expensive stream. I just had to buy a new light because one of my bulbs died. And that was money came out of my coffee fund that I keep for like equipment. Baer community Discord. Join the Discord. It's nice. Just like chat, my Discord is nice because y'all are nice. It's people post photos and stuff they're working on. You can go through the build photos and look back as I've built stuff at the end of each stream where I'm at in the process of building, which is pretty fun. And then I do a thing called background and characters. The thing I put up yesterday, pretty good. I think it's a good gag. Background and characters 32. It's a pretty good gag that I did. And we'll get back to building. One thing I want to say before I start talking about anime is this. Because the second half I always talk about the anime that I've been watching. Hey, I figured out a way to sort stuff and know when someone's bought something. Now, Amazon Prime should send you an email when someone buys something off your wish list, and you should be able to opt out of that if you want it to be surprised. You can opt out of finding this information on the site. So if you look at a wish list, at the very top, you can filter and sort, and you can look at purchased. It's not perfect. I don't know why. But I was able to scroll down, and like the 4th or 5th thing listed was something that I hadn't bought off the wish list. and one of y'all hadn't bought off the wish list, so I knew that this was from Recyclable. 'Cause they also let me know that they were buying something off my wish list. Um, it should be easier than that. It's annoying that it isn't easier than that. Um, so I'm excited that I have something coming off my wish list. They should just fucking send me an email. It's really weird. Oh, I do want to say, it's not related to my stream, but keep an eye out next week. Sometime next week, Sonic Fox is going to do like a 48 to 72 hour charity stream for some LGBTQ plus charities, and doing like story modes in Mortal Kombat. So keep an eye on that. I'll be sure to retweet that, and I probably will even host it. Sonic Fox rules. Uh, so that's awesome. Look, that's next week, and I'll be sure to let people know when that happens. Um, okay, so let's get back in the building. Um, I'll talk about some anime. Now, I streamed yesterday, which means that I only had the show that comes out that I watched that comes out on Thursday to watch today. So then late last night after the stream, in my just kind of relaxing, chill, whatever, um, I watched a few more episodes of Demon Slayer. So we'll start with Demon Slayer, and then we'll talk about the one that I've been watching already. Um, so I had given up. I started watching Demon Slayer, and I just wasn't super into it. I think that like the moments of levity that were in the show felt very weird. They still feel very weird, but now I'm watching it. It is more of a shonen show than I originally thought. I thought it was going to be more of a drama than it turned out to be. It's much more of a shonen storyline, which I'm in general fine with. I think it's overall a good show. I think the action is really good. I think the sword, because it's a lot of like, he's a demon slayer, and the sword styles that are used in it are accented with flourishes of like paint, um, in which appears to look a lot like scrolls, some Chinese art, and it's really effective. It's really well done. I am sorry. Apologize, coughing. I'm really into the art of Demon Slayer, and I'm getting more into it because, like, I've been seeing clips here and there, and people were talking about it, and people were pretty gung ho about it, and I just hadn't been watching. I'm not caught up, but I could be. I could get there, and I have the interest to get caught up. So if I find myself with some time, not doing anything, and I want to get caught up on an anime, that's probably the show I'll get caught up on, which I'm a little surprised by. I didn't necessarily see that coming. Um, let's see. What other show? Oh, and then the other anime show, the show that comes out on Thursdays, is if it's for my daughter, I'd even defeat the Demon Lord or Demon Lord. It's cute episode. As I said, I'm not sure what the fuck this show, like what. Originally, I thought it was a slice of life. It was just an interesting slice of life. It's an adventurer in a fantasy world comes across a devil child. The race is devil, and he takes her in, and it's just like him learning to be a dad and her learning about the human world and learning to like be in a cool place. And I thought it was like gonna be like just your typical like slice of life show. Just like, oh, it's a fantasy slice of life. But it in a lot of ways it is, but in some ways it is definitely not. Like she goes to school, and the nun that's teaching there talks about the superiority of humans, and then apparently didn't know that she was a devil child, and like freaks the fuck out and gets like really messed up. But it's nice because the other students like protect the Latina, the devil child, and like like kind of stand up to um, this nun, and it's like still kind of a scary moment, and then like it leads to a very dramatic moment. So I'm like, is this a drama? Is it an action show? I don't quite know what it is because like this episode was they're traveling, they're going to go to his hometown. So she's never like she's only known one human city. She's traveling. She saw the ocean for the first time. There's a lot of like really fun, nice, cute moments. And then also they meet their first someone of the devil race. They meet a singer, and like there's a whole conversation where she met a human and she married him, and Latina, the girl, asks like, "Where is he?" And she goes, "Well, he lived a long life for a human. You know, like that a devil outlives the human." And it's like this is fucking heavy because part of it is that Latina knows that Dale, the guy that's raising her, is a human, is gonna die like within her lifetime easily. And then he's like, "Yeah, but if you were a human, I would still die before you did." So it's just one of these where I'm like, I don't like. There's action. He like kills like a bunch of shit pretty easily because he's an adventurer, and they like show that, and I'm like, what is this show? What is like the genre of this? It's like the most like drama laden uh slice of life. Like there's a fucking part where it looks like she's gonna get kidnapped, and then the gruff dude from the bar that they live at like intervenes and is just like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And it's like, what the fuck? This is definitely not a slice of life. Like, we really think she's gonna get fucking kidnapped. Uh, it reminded me a lot of like the last episode of uh um How to Raise was it? Is it How to Raise a Mummy? I think that's what it is. Yeah. Uh, or How to Take Care of a Mummy. I can't remember the exact name of that, but it's a very good anime. It's really cute and cool. But like the last two episodes, there's are like tension and drama because the fucking mummy gets kidnapped for like a minute, and you're like, what the fuck? Um, what is this fucking drama in the middle? Like at the end, like there's like a fucking huge cliffhanger, and it's like, wait, what? Um, so I'm in a little trouble here, getting a tight connection on these legs. I definitely remember reading something about this being part like a thing that happens in this kit, but I'm trying to like avoid that. Uh, I'm surprised. Uh, oh, yo, hello. I'm surprised it's not the new. It just came out. Yeah, I've been meaning to do this kit for a bit, because I just really like the look of it, the RE100. But yeah, I know that the sequel just came out on it. But I would say here at the Build Bear Workshop, I'm not always looking for to get like the kit that just came out. Like on occasion I will, but I'm never chasing like that. And occasionally there's things like I built a few kits that came out in 2019 this year, um, but I'm never like always hunting for the brand new thing. Occasionally I'll get like an exclusive, because it's New York Comic Con season or something, or whatever. Or like I said, maybe the only figure-eyes that was exclusive at San Diego Comic Con. I still don't know if I got that or not because my friend Brad is bad at being on the internet, but was there and like went to previews. So theoretically, it was still in stock because it was just a paint job uh, for one kit. It was I think it was Gogeta, and it was just the Super Saiyan, like just regular old Super Saiyan Gogeta. And I was like, yeah, I want that. So I don't even know if I got that, but when I'm at New York Comic Con, I'll keep my eyes peeled for something cool. But yeah, I'm never super chasing like this thing. So I don't know what's going on here. This is just not connecting, not closing as well as it should. And I don't know what it is, but I'm going to move on. We'll see if the other one is like exactly the same problem. Hopefully not. But that's a little frustrating. Good night, everyone. Yes, thank you very much, Harold. I will enjoy FlameCon. I'd like to see a King Cold kit. Ooh, yeah. King Cold. Yeah, okay. Kind of fun. I think Brawly is like by far, obviously, the beefiest figurized kit that they've done. And I was actually surprised they were doing Brawly because they don't really do huge kits for figurized. So I was actually pleasantly surprised by that. Alright, so goes like that. That. The name of this mobile suit is rather one for Vigna-Ghina. Yeah, the Vigna-Ghina, I mean, it's not super unfortunate. It's odd. I just think of it as the Megatron mobile suit. Yes, I know. I do. Yes, Lars, I know what it sounds like. I know what the Vigna-Ghina sounds like. I know. Ultron, he did look cool. You're right. Yes, I know what the Vigna-Ghina sounds like, and that is somewhat unfortunate. But yes, as I said, I just think of this kit as the Megatron kit because it really does look like the colors in particular are just fucking Megatron. Yeah, so closing the loop on anime talk was just that. Dang, what the fuck? I don't know what that series, like what I would classify that series as, and that's weird to not really know. Is this? Hmm. Uh, it's not the first Gundam that had weird names. Yeah, Quattro names. The full frontal is. Come on, they had to know. They had to know that the full frontal was like gonna be weird. The full frontal is such a strange like choice. It's such a weird thing. All right, so at least these have matching bad lines that don't look like they connect. And maybe I fucked up somewhere, but it doesn't look like I fucked up. So I don't know. As far as I can tell, I didn't fuck up, but this certainly looks like I did. Lines to it. I don't know. Oh, that actually works. Okay. Apparently, I was screwing up the rubber, and that was keeping it. The rubber connector was keeping it from being a tight connection. All right. Case closed. Problem solved. Moving right along to now we're going to do the right leg. So we'll just put some of this there. We're going to do the right leg right now. We'll get that done. The naked new dude. Yeah, I don't know if they would go that far, but yeah. Uh, the all exposed or something like the fully exposed kit would like not be out of place. Or like they just there's a like well this kit is known as the Big D and you're like is it really the Big D? It is? It's the Big D, huh? All right. Guess it's the Big D Gundam. Like that's not out of the question. All right, and D7. Speaking of D, this is the D piece. All right, we got some time left in the stream, but yeah, like I said, it's weird because I streamed last night, so I don't normally stream, build stream anyway, 2 days in a row. So I like don't have any shows to talk about off the top of my head. Uh, your next kit bash, the Big D. Yeah, there's a guy in Gundam Sentinel named Brave Cod. Yeah, Ultron, I believe you. Brave Cod. I mean, even like Duo Maxwell is not like. It's certainly not like the most like. It's kind of a name where you're like, what? Or the fact that the like even the main character, Hero, his name is Hero for real. For real, his name is Hero. And then the second guy is named Duo. Cool, cool. All right, everybody. And then Quattro as well. Uh, I'm sure someone named their kid Duo. Yes, if I ever meet a Duo, I will know that at least one of their parents was really into the 90s Gundam revival. This was supposed to go on first. I goofed and put this on first because I assumed this went on first, and it didn't. That's an easy fix, folks. It's an easy fix. Sometimes you don't get those easy fixes. You get something where you're like staring at it for a long time, going like, "Ah, fuck, how do I fix this?" Troa is 3. Yes. Is X good? Recyclable. That's all. X is in many ways a return to form, where like the art style feels older than Wing, even though it came out after. It's like a post-apocalypse on Earth, post-war. I think that the kid is good in it, and I think their idea of what new types is good. I know that like it was very unpopular, and they ended up cutting down, and it ended like they had to revamp like the ending because they were not going to get their full allotment of episodes. It is the least cared about Gundam show of that era. Like, it just got an like an official English release, like on a Blu-ray set, like last year. It had for a very long time. You only could watch it fan subbed. I think the Gundams in it are cool, and I like that there are not a lot of mobile suits in that. Also, the X and Double X has like a cool like G-force thing, like a backpack thing that I remember being very cool at the time. But I understand why it wasn't super popular because it wasn't Wing. Like it wasn't a shonen thing. It did have its elements, you know. It still had a child pilot, but having cut down on episodes in a Gundam series feels like a tradition at this point. Certainly, but like it just, yeah, it apparently just was very unpopular. People were just like not having it, and Wing was such like a huge deal. Like even with like the director leaving and it like going through some changes and maybe the second half feeling not as good as the first half. Certainly, like it was still incredibly popular and like was a renaissance. And then like G Gundam, which had done all right and people were kind of into, had like people went back to G Gundam and they like I think it. Don't quote me on this, but I think it went back on television in Japan. Like people were like, "Oh, let me check out G Gundam again." That seemed not bad. I missed it, you know. So I don't know. It I haven't watched X in a long time. It's possible that it holds up, but I have my doubts. Uh, I gave Age an episode, wasn't feeling it. Yeah, I think the last Gundam show that I was like, nah about. I went back to Turn A, and eventually liked Turn A, but that took a while. I definitely had to give that some fucking time because I was just like, what am I watching? Why is this dude? What is this Gundam design? It looks like he has a mustache. What the fuck am I looking at? I still think that design is incredibly weird. It's such a bizarre thing. For but yeah, I took the Iron Blood Orphans like immediately, and even the second season, which isn't fully great. Oh, Recyclable just gives a tier 1 to AE. That's 3 gift subs you've given. So let's throw the Bear Cave emote and the Lego emote in the chat to thank Recyclable for being a gifter and to welcome AE aboard. Thank you so much. That's awesome. AE, enjoy your subscription. I hope you continue it when it's up. But you get some fun emotes, I think the Lego Me emote works in other streams. I don't know if the Bear Cave works outside of this stream, but I think Lego Pat is a pretty good friend to show up in other streams. Because some people are just like, oh, it's a Lego person with facial hair. And you're like, yeah, it is. But yeah, hey, I like seeing, you all know this, I've said this before, I like it when the numbers go up. So if the numbers are going up, I'm on board. Alright, so this goes where? Oh, there. Goes like that. Ah. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, these legs feel a little hollow, but that's, that's the RE100. Like, that's nothing new to have the legs feel a little hollow. So I'm not surprised by that. But there is some components in here. They do feel stubby because this kit is small, so it does feel a little. We've got these like jet booster things too that feel all right. The Lego Pat is a quality emote. Yeah, both these were done by Xandra. Xandra is a dear friend and fantastic artist that I am thrilled to have done all of my emotes. Can throw them all in there. The Bear Cave emote, which is also a button I will have available with me at PAX West, and the Lego emote, and of course the Scythe emote, which is a tier 2 and tier 3 emote only, but eventually will become a tier 1 emote. But right now it is exclusive to tier 2 and 3, just like the Lego used to be. Alright, so that's a leg done. We did the left leg, or the right leg, I should say. Right leg is done. Pretty good leg. Hey, here's the thing. Okay, so I've got my first, like, major thing I don't like about this kit. The size I don't love. These the rockets here, these boosters don't move. I like these vents move around, and that's pretty cool. But, you might need to have some help moving them around. But I don't like that this thing is just there and it's stationary, and I don't like that. And this is the line that everyone was talking about in reviews that I read. This line is very noticeable. That's not great. But whatever. This looks pretty good. So we did that one, so now we can move on and do the exact same one on the other side, which is cool. We've got some time left in the stream. As mentioned, I will be streaming tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be playing some Hearthstone. I've got a Thief Rogue deck. There's a Quest Rogue deck that I really like. I'm saving up my gold for the Druid Quest reward, or saving up my my dust anyway, because eventually I'll probably craft that if I don't just get it. Because I think that Druid Quest reward seems pretty fun and pretty easy to do. So I'm looking at that one as my next one that I want. But I got to do a bunch more playing of the game. Got to play a bunch more, collect a bunch of gold. And then I have my Spell Hunter deck, and I really enjoy that. So that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We're going to be doing that. So a fun little thing. Do in the afternoon. Then I'll have some time to eat dinner, and then go and tomorrow, and then go to the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, where I will be doing some lights and sound. Got 2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows on Sunday. Sunday. Alright, so it goes back there. Alright, so I'm going to remind myself, the last time I screwed this up, so this time I'm doing it right. This goes like this first, and then you put this piece on. Great. I did it right this time. Outside leg. What are folks got going on this weekend? Let me know. I'm going to be, as I said, at FlameCon on Saturday, volunteering in the stage area and seeing some friends, saying hi to some people. Maybe buying a sticker or something from somebody. Hearing some music and at least one podcast. Excited about that. But yeah, let me know what y'all are doing this weekend. Everybody got anything fun going on? Always like to hear what y'all are up to. B122. Don't all type at once. Okay. Nobody's doing anything this weekend. That's fine. If you're not doing anything, that's cool. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, now you're all responding. There you go. Hopefully I'll be finishing my Digimon Cyber Sleuth game. Ultron, good luck with that. Staying at home because I'm on call, says Jackson Wiki. I'm going to be trying to get some Warhammer models done and paint it up. Hell yeah, AE. You get those things done and painted. Do it up. Sounds rad. Wiki, you're on call. I hope that either you get called or you don't get called, depending on what that means. I have portable studio lights coming in on Saturday. Gonna play around with those and see if I can make the YouTubes. Hell yeah, recyclable. One of the things I'm always wish that, one of my streams, like, wishes would be to eventually redo how I light this stuff. That's something I'd like to do in the future. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. No calls are preferred, but excuse to play video games at home. Hell yeah. Okay, so no calls. New lights are always fun. Yeah. Yeah, they are. I like the lights I have. I like the lights I've chose to use here. But I would like to have really what I want to do is I want to have someone who knows lighting better than me, and knows video better than me come in and position my lights where they should be comparatively to my green screen, and then tweak my filter settings on my green screen stuff that I use in OBS and balance it better. That's what I'd like. I'd like someone to come in who knows more about this stuff and help me. I've always wanted to do that. That is on my list of things. I'm trying to figure out what kind of mic to get. Audio isn't my strong suit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not great for that. I know that for podcast stuff and for fixed location, people get Yetis, and those seem to work great for USB. I'm using a headset. This is I don't know. This has an H on it. I can't remember. I like my headset because it is it has it plugs in just the computer through the mic jack, and I can use it on this and on my laptop because my mic in and audio out, work fine. So I can use it on both. Um, Also, one of the reasons I really like having a headset is because I can lean over, I can move around. When people play games, they often are center, um, and I'm not that. So I love having the ability to uh, move my head around and not worry about anything. It is very good peace of mind. Okay, 13 and 12. Um, but I know that Yeti are good for USB. XLR mics get a lot more complicated. Yeah, I mean when you're talking about XLR, then you're talking about having a mixer, which will then output to USB, right? Even like 4-channel or a 6-channel mixer out, or you could do a mixer that would go out and then adapt out with to an 8-inch and plug in to your computer directly if you want to do that. You could do that. Most people choose, if they're using a mixer, they go with something that has a USB out and does that. The thing with USB in general is the audio is quiet comparatively because it's being compressed through a bunch of different gates and that way. Um, but a quality mic is a quality mic. If you got a lot of USB ports and they're separated. One of the reasons I don't do a USB mic anymore, or I don't use because I occasionally was using I had a USB thing or a thing that went to USB. Um, it took me almost 2 years to get something I'm happy with audio wise. Yeah, it's a lot. What I used to do is I just used I had a Zoom. And so I plug a mic into a Zoom, set the levels right, and then do USB out from the Zoom and use it as like a pass-through. Well, I already have 2 USB for my laptop. Like, Zooms are pretty great. I mean, I had it for other reasons, which is why it worked out good. But like, when I think about I want to keep these USBs on different channels. Like, having audio be having audio like just be my headset and going through that and not having to go through USB just means that like I can keep these things on different hubs and not worry about it. Also, my laptop only has 2 USB ins, so if I want 3 USB, if I want to have um, uh, two of my webcams and then also audio on USB, then I'm working on a hub and then I'm worried about that and keeping that powered and all of that. Because originally when I first started streaming, I was doing all my streaming on the road, all on location, because I had very bad internet and then also just thought I couldn't stream from home. And then I eventually figured out that I totally could. And also I had designs to like have guests and it was going to be once a week only and I got affiliate like immediately and that kind of changed my plans cuz like when I wasn't affiliate I had different thoughts about what my streams were going to be. And then that changed when that happened. I suddenly had like, "Oh, okay. I should do this more often then if this is going to be something." Um, Now I certainly have room for. I mean, right now I have 4 USB devices plugged in, and that's not that many. But I have my 2 webcams, a wireless mouse, USB mouse, and a USB keyboard on my desk here, and that's not a problem for my desktop. Uh, and then also when I'm on the road, like production is hard. Oh yeah, totally. When I'm on the road, like when I eventually go and try to do my travel stuff, I'm just using my onboard webcam, and I'm going to use this headset, and then I'm going to use one of my webcams on a stand because also I'm going to film another. I did a first time ever at PAX East. I did my first ever uh, travel log. I did like an actual vlog. And I'm going to do that again. And so what I do is I take this stand to this webcam that I'm pointing at right now. I take the stand from that tripod. It's like a little desk tripod. And then I attach a thing that clamps my phone onto it, and then I can just hold the tripod, and it's just like a good holder. And then I can also set it down if I wanted to like talk into it and not hold the camera, because I just use my phone camera for that, which is, it's not the most glamorous stuff, but it gets the job done. I'm trying to make a show about sculpting figures of game cartoon characters, and I always wish to have an action figures as a kid. I hope I can do it. I hope so too, Recyclable. A large portion of it is just actually doing it. It is one of the hardest things. It's like, set a date. I'm doing it at this time. Tell people, hey, I'm doing this. And then that's specific things. And then it's just like the follow through. Like, I have canceled projects because sometimes you just fucking, that didn't work out. But for the most part, if you say, hey, I'm going to do this, then, there's a good chance you'll try to follow through on it and actually do it. All right, so we can assemble these. Oops! Oh no, that happens on occasion. These. It looks like the leg parts here don't really clip too well into the leg, but that's fine. That'll be okay. So a lot of times that is a problem. All right, that went in there. My first one would be Major Glory from Dexter's Lab. If you don't remember, so I do. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah. So it's basically just like sculpting the figures that you wish had existed that just never got made. That's awesome. I love that idea. Yeah. I would say, like, hey, if you look at the first times where I started using a green screen to do this, because when I first did it, I would have this like here, and then like I would be like next to it, like this or like that, and then the image, and I would do that, and that's what I do when I'm on the road, because I didn't have a green screen. So now that I have a green screen, but the first, I mean, I'm still not good at it, but the first bunch of them, like, it took me so long to get anything close to, exactly what I want, like, as far as competent green screen. Like, I'm still not good at this, but I at least kind of figured it out, where I don't have, like, weird edges and the lighting is more balanced. But, like, it took a long time for me to be happy with the green screen. I'm, like I said, I'm still not, like, thrilled with it, but I like it more than I did before. Yeah, I'm keying all right. Part of it is that just, like, I had to, like, work on my my location of the green screen, how close I was to it. Figuring out, there's one light over here that's good. Figuring out where it is here on my left, the position of this light took forever to get any close to being good. It is now in a position where it seems to be all right. And then also I zoom in a lot more on me, and I've cropped my myself way more than I used to, and that helps a lot because there's like the edge of the screen there's a part here where it's not great. But I used to have to like have my green screen go around a corner, and that never looked right. And then eventually I finally just shifted everything over. But it took a long time for me to get to this spot where I'm fairly happy with it. Every once in a while, like the metal of my head stuff doesn't look great, especially if I'm green screening in the afternoon. That does look bad. If there's light shining in from a window that's over near me, that often looks not great. All right, so this is kind of disappointing. I'll say this. The side skirt pieces are just one unit. There's nothing. There's not even paint, or not paint, but like a sticker or a layer to it or an under layer. That's kind of disappointing. We still have the backpack and the weapon to build, and the beam shields, which is easy. But that's going to be on Monday. We'll build all the weapons and the backpack. Yeah, that's gonna be on Monday, which is the next build stream. Tomorrow I will be playing at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be playing some Hearthstone, so you can come for that if you like. No stream on Saturday, as I said, which is why we streamed yesterday. We did build stream yesterday. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. I'm gonna end the stream there. We are, body complete other than weapons accessory, and I think we look pretty great. It's a pretty cool looking kit. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great evening. I'll see you in the next Build with Baer. Thanks for the new subscriber, and thanks for people that are sticking around and hanging out, and see you later. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.